The Crafty Tech Guy. How are y'all this afternoon or this morning, depending on where you're at? Um, if you're watching this part, you're probably here on the replay. Do a hashtag replay and let me know where you're watching from. Okay, so I've seen in several of my coaching groups that I'm in, people asking about how best to organize their files. So I thought today I would come online and share with you some tips on how to keep your files organized, whether it's in Canva or using Google Drive. So as I'm talking about stuff, if you have any questions, post them here in the comments so that I can make sure that I answer them while we're live today. All right, so let's get started. So it's a new year, and you're probably wondering, or you could be struggling with. Excuse me, move my screen there. Struggling with file organization. Get my hat on straight. And that's like organizing your documents, your Excel spreadsheets, Facebook memes, marketing memes, things you're creating in Canva, um, things you're creating in Google Docs or Publisher, or all the different applications and stuff that you have on your computer where you're creating all these files and graphics. Um, and they can get lost, especially if you're just saving them to the same folder or saving everything to downloads. And what if you just have them on your PC and you're somewhere and you wish you could access that from your phone or from an iPad or from a laptop? So there are a lot of things in the technology world that can help you with that. I use, good morning, Jill. I use Microsoft Office OneDrive. So, and we'll get more into that on another topic, but because it's not free. So, but I wanted to show you all today like how to use Google Drive to organize your files, as well as how to get things organized in Canva, especially since it's a new year, it's January. Let's start the new year off on the right path. So I'm going to share my screen. All right, so this is Google Drive. And how you get to Google Drive is I recommend using the Chrome browser. So this is the Chrome browser. If you're using, even if you're on a Mac or a PC, a Macintosh, like a MacBook or a MacBook Pro, you can still use the Chrome browser. If you're on a PC, download the Chrome browser. Sign into your Google account. If you don't have a Google account, create one. That's also going to create a Gmail for you. Then once you're on Chrome and you're signed into your Gmail account, you'll see this little grid of circles. All right, so these are all the different Google apps that you have access to. The one that we want to go into is Google Drive. All right, so here's your Google Drive. And if you already have a Gmail account, or if you have a Gmail account, it's going to automatically create a drive for you. So, okay, so here's your drive. As you can see, I don't have anything on my drive. I do have storage used, but that's in my Google Photos, because I do use Google Photos on my iPhone. So Google Photos, as well as all your files and so forth, share the same drive space. Okay, so you want to be cognizant of that. If you take tons of photos and you're syncing them on your phone with your Google Photos, that is going to take up space in your overall Google Drive. So it may mean that you have to buy additional storage. And as you can see, it's not that expensive. Okay. So just a few bucks a month, depending on how much storage you want. But as you can see here, I don't have any folders or anything in here. I had some files, I deleted them so that I could show you kind of how to get started. So the first thing before you probably move into setting things up um, in my drive or the Google Drive, I would get a notebook and kind of write out what kind of file structure do you want. Um, how do you want things organized? Do you want it organized by month? Do you want it organized by type of file? Like, do you want anything and everything that you do in January in a January folder, then in a February folder? Or do you want it organized by this folder has all of my um, like Word doc, Google Doc files, Google spreadsheet files. This has all of my Facebook memes, Instagram memes. So you kind of got to think about how you want it stored. That's going to make the most sense for you. So I'll show you kind of how I have mine. So I have what's called a OneDrive, and within my OneDrive, I have all of my files. So I have my different tax years, Adobe. Um, I have a folder called General Creations, and this has all the stuff regarding my company, which is now called the Crafty Tech Guy, but it used to be called General Creations. And then within JNorel Creations, I have like customer shipping labels, then my different logos for the different businesses that I've had. Here are my memes folder. So these are memes that I have found that I want to use throughout the year for different things. So, but very similar to how I have it organized in OneDrive, you can do the same thing with Google Drive. So you would come over here and do new, and then create a new folder. And I would suggest you create a folder for your business. So whatever your business name is, that way anything and everything related to your business goes into this folder. Now we can double click on the Crafty Tech Guy. And before I just went to new folder, you can also right click on my drive and do new folder. So we've created a folder called the Crafty Tech Guy. So in here, all right, so how do I want to organize my files? Um, you know, maybe, maybe I want a new folder for um, you know, I use Excel, but you could use spreadsheet, but Excel spreadsheets. All right. So now I've got this folder in here called Excel spreadsheets. So then what's really cool is I can actually go to my computer. So if I do new, if I do a file upload, it's going to bring me to my computer. And let's say I just currently had all of my files on my hard drive, then I could go to, if I wanted to search for me to be XLS files, you can come over here to the search box on your computer. So I'm in the Explorer window. I'm going to go inside my um, business folder. I'm going to come up here to search, and I'm going to do an asterisk dot XLS, and that's going to give me. So I could take these business spreadsheets. So I did an asterisk just means it's a wild card. So find anything before .xls and list that out. So I could take these Excel spreadsheets, select them all. You either do Control A, or you can select the first one, hold down your Shift key, come down to the bottom one. It's going to highlight all of these. I can open this, and now it's going to upload those Excel spreadsheets from my computer onto my Google Drive. You can also have Google Drive in one window, have your files in one window, and you can just drag and drop as well. So if I wanted to, let's see if I have I already did that. So let's go back to documents. There's OneDrive. Let me find another Excel file. All right. See, I can take this Excel file and just drag it over and you can drag it over and upload it too. Hey, Max, we're talking about file organization today in Google Drive first, and then we're going to go over to um, Canva. So this kind of gets you started. So we've got the Crafty Tech Guy. So go back to my drive. I've got the Crafty Tech Guy. That's my business folder. I've got a folder called Excel Spreadsheets, and then I uploaded my Excel spreadsheets from my hard drive into this Google Drive folder. Now, if we, let me download, should have done this before. Let me mirror. Mevoco. Where's the mirror? Mirroring. Desktop. I'll show y'all on a maybe. No. All right. So, in order to see your files on your, oh, that's all right. You're in vacation mode. All right. So I'm here on my on my phone. So let me minimize these other things for y'all. All right. So here's my cell phone view. We're going to go download Google Drive, not Photos, Store. Google Drive. So you would do the same thing. So like if you were on your computer, if you're on your tablet or your iPhone or your Android, you're going to want to just download and make sure Google Drive is on your phone. So as we can see, it's downloading. This is going to allow, so by putting your documents and all of your stuff in one place like Google Drive, it's going to allow you to have access to your files on any device that you want versus just doing everything on your hard drive. All right, so let's open up Google Drive. I need to sign in. All right, so it knows that I'm signed in as John Norrell. I can come over here to search in my drive, or if I scroll down, you can see those Excel spreadsheets that I uploaded. You can also come over here to Files. You can see the folder, the Crafty Tech Guy, Excel spreadsheets, and there's those Excel spreadsheets that we uploaded to the Crafty Tech Guy. All right. So then what I would do is, so that's that. Now you have this. Now you can access those files from a computer, from a laptop. You could log into your Google Drive. Say you were traveling and you needed to access something on a hotel computer. There you go. Just go to Google Drive on their computer, open up your Google Drive, and then download the file to that computer, work on it, upload it back up. Or if it's a Google Docs type folder, you can just edit it in right there in the Google in the Chrome browser. All right, so let's pull back up. There's our Google Drive. There's our Explorer. So I would come in here and just start like creating. So create your main folder, come in here and then add more folders. So Excel spreadsheets. Maybe I want a new folder called January 2023 social media, just social media. And then inside of here is where every time you create a graphic in Canva or you create a graphic in um, Word or Publisher or PowerPoint or Corel or Adobe Illustrator, wherever you're creating files, you can store them here for your January 2023 social media. Um, Maybe you do ads, so January 2023 ads. So any ads that you create, you can put them in here. Maybe you want a new folder for January 2023 finances. And inside of that folder, maybe you have a Google spreadsheet that tracks all of your expenses and revenues for the month. Once that, and you can store it here in this January folder. And again, as you create and do stuff here on this folder, it's going to be accessible on your iPhone. So say now when I go into the Crafty Tech Guy, there's all those folders that we just created on our computer. 2023 ads, 2023 finances, 2023 social media. You can also, as you're creating stuff on your phone, save those things into those Google Drive folders on your phone so that you now have one place to, look for everything. You're not hunting in 10 different places trying to find a certain file or a certain image or picture, file, Excel spreadsheet. Another piece that you can also do with this, I think it's here. So there is an option for Get Drive for Desktop. Okay. So if we click on Get Drive for Desktop, that is actually going to download the Google Drive, say, application onto your computer to where you can actually drag and drop files into the Google folder on your desktop. So let's do that. Let's just see what that looks like. So it's downloading an application. You can also turn your drive into a drive for your team. So you can add different team members to have access to your files. So if you've hired a VA and you want them to have access to your Google files, then you could add them as well as part of your Google team. So let's set up this Google Drive. So it's going to ask you install Google Drive, add an application shortcut to your desktop. No, add desktop shortcuts to. No, I don't want to add any desktop shortcut. So it's going to install this drive. So it's going to have me sign, right at this point, I'm signing into my Google Drive for desktop. Signing in, success, you signed into Google Drive. Close this window and return to Google Drive. So now Google Drive is here. So when you open up your File Explorer on your computer, so File Explorer, it's usually right down here on your taskbar. So your quick access is going to look very different than my quick access here. So I would minimize quick access. And I've got an iCloud drive, iCloud Photos, my OneDrive, and now on this PC, I have something called a Google Drive. So there's my drive. There's my folder. Always keep this. This is a little configuration file that lets Google know. It keeps that connection between your desktop and Google. Let's just say that. So my Google Drive, there's my Crafty Tech Guy. There's those folders that we created. But the cool thing about this Google Drive now is anything that you do here. So let's create a new folder. January Etsy listing photos. All right, so we created that folder. Now, when I go to, I can even go here back to my phone, open here, refresh it. There's January Etsy listing photos on my phone. We created it here on the computer, but there it is on my phone. Hey, Bonnie. And it's going to also show up here on the web version of Drive. So that's what's amazing about Google Drive is you can utilize it on the web, on your desktop, on your phone, and anything and everything you do in all the different locations, all mirrors. So if you do something on one, a couple of hours later or 10 minutes later, you're somewhere else and you want to access that on your phone or on your laptop or on your iPad, there you go. All of those changes are going to happen simultaneously through everywhere because you're uploading it to the Google Cloud. All right. So I would just spend some time here in the next. Hey, Emily, I'm glad you're catching me while you're on lunch. So we're talking about file organization today. So that is kind of how you get started with the Google Drive and adding folders and throwing documents into there, uploading documents into. You can also upload an entire file folder. So let's say I wanted to take JNRL Creations, the entire folder, everything in JNRL Creations from this folder, and upload it into Google Drive. So see, it's going to upload 2,918 files to this site. So it's going to upload everything from JNRL Creations on my OneDrive to my Google Drive. But if you have folders on your computer that you just want to get into the Google Drive and you're happy with how they're currently arranged and set up and organized, just upload those entire folders to your Google Drive. And then bam, you have it in the cloud. It's there. If you have just a ton of stuff on your Google Drive and you're like, John, I will never get this organized, reach out to me. I've got people that I know that will help get, obviously it's a fee, but they specialize in, you know, working with you, logging into your Google Drive and getting it all organized for you. It's not a service that I offer, but I do know people who provide that service for businesses. All right, so let's switch to we've kind of got a good little basis in Google Drive. Now let's talk a little bit about Canva. So in Canva has a file organization system as well. And the way that you get to it, you log into your Canva account, okay? You're going to come over here to projects. So over here on the left-hand side of this menu, you're going to click on projects. Within projects, you can create folders. So you can either go to your folders tab and then come over here and do add new and add a folder. So let me add a folder. Um, Etsy wreath sign images. So when I create images in Canva, they're usually two different sizes. There's the original PNG file that is for printing purposes. And then there is the secondary PNG file that is resized specifically for Etsy. And if I go to my images, so up here at the top, all folders, design images, you'll see I have all of these loose images that are not in any kind of folder. So the ones that are, I may not have saved the ones that are resized. I don't think I saved those anymore. So let's just let's go back to folders, add a new folder. We'll just say Easter sign images. Come over here to images. And all I got to do is select all of my Easter sign images. And there's probably more down here. Valentine's. Let's see if I'll see any more Easter. Valentine's. Easter. No, that's not Easter. I think that's Valentine's. All right. So now what I want to do is I want to take these images and put them in. Hey, Charlotte. I want to put these images into that folder that I just created. So you're probably looking around going, where do I put that? Where do I put that? Well, down here in the bottom of your window, in your browser window, there's this folder icon next to a trash can. So we're going to move to folder, your projects, because those folders are under your projects, Easter sign images, move to folder. So it's moving all of those images into that folder. All right. So now that I've got them into a folder, let's talk about, okay, they're in a folder. Now, how am I going to use them? So let me go, let's just say we're going to create a new design, a Facebook post. So once you've moved images or files into a folder and you go to uploads, they're not going to show up here anymore because this is all unorganized files, unorganized images, graphics, whatever. You've now organized those images and they're inside a folder within your projects. So instead of going to uploads, you're going to go to projects and then you're going to go to folders. And so now you've got your different folders here. And y'all, this is helping me so much because before, like let's say Mardi Gras graphics, I would have all of these graphics mixed in with all of my other graphics under uploads. And it was a lot of scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and trying to find different image files. Well, now I'm being much more mindful, just like with how I organize my files on my computer. I'm being more mindful and creating the folder and putting the images in a folder so that I know I can go to Mardi Gras graphics and everything inside this folder is Mardi Gras graphics. If I go back to Easter sign images, I know everything in this folder is Easter sign images. I'm not scrolling through, like if I go back over here to uploads for myself, you'll see that it's just tons and tons of graphics and sign images and all the things, and I'm constantly finding myself having to scroll and scroll and scroll. So what I'm doing is slowly going back through creating project folders and putting all of those images inside the folder. The other cool thing is as I get new clients and I'm doing stuff for clients and I go to projects and folders, I'm creating a folder for each client's work so that then anything that I do with that client, whether it's a Canva doc, something with Magic Write, a Facebook post, a bio link, a custom sign, the actual work that is created for them, plus all of the images and any additional documentation for that particular client that I'm doing in Canva, all goes in the same folder. I'm not having to hunt and search and peck for it. If you'll just start out this year doing this, imagine how much more organized you're going to be. And as you get 6 months in from now and your business is growing more and more and you're getting more work, you've already trained yourself to organize your files on your desktop or here in Canva in a way that's going to save you so much time. Because remember, that's what I'm all about, especially for all of you creatives, is making all of this a lot simpler so that you have more time to create. All right. Sorry, y'all. Should have turned my phone on silent. But all right. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, just post them here in the comment section, and I'll be sure to respond and answer you with any questions that you may have. I think if And this is something for me too, obviously, especially in Canva. I've got to get my life organized in Canva. If like even I'm bad about putting everything on my computer in the downloads folder. Like literally everything goes in the downloads folder to the point where Darren and I were working on something this past weekend and he saw my downloads folder and he's like, "You really got to get yourself organized." So, um, yeah. So I got to get better about that aspect of it because I work on so much stuff so fast. It's just easier for me to throw everything into the downloads folder. And my downloads folder for me on my computer is actually synced to my OneDrive. So I can access all of my downloads from any device as well. So, but yeah, that's kind of what I wanted to share with y'all because I've seen several people in the different business groups that I'm in, and even questions online about how to get organized with Google Drive or how to get organized with Canva. So so yeah, so I'm not sure. Oh, we got a troll. Let's see. Block user on YouTube. Yes. All right. Yes, trying to get all that organized. Yeah, so Dropbox is another. I used Dropbox for years before I found Microsoft OneDrive, and you've got Dropbox, you've got OneDrive. There was one even before that I used years and years ago. I can't remember the name of it. They also offered a security suite for your computer, but man, I can't remember the name of that. So, so yeah. So I hope that was beneficial for y'all today. Thank you so much for hanging out. I am going to go get back to work. Okay, hold on. Bonnie has a question. Okay, so when using Canva and you download projects to edit, are those public if shared from a folder or do they stay private? When using Canva and you download projects to edit, are those public if shared from a folder or do they stay private? Okay, so if you've designed something here in Canva and I go here and I download this, share, download a PNG. I'm simply downloading this static image to my computer. Now, if I then upload it or put it into my Google Drive or to my Dropbox, it's still private just to me, unless I put that folder into a share to put that file, excuse me, or this image into a shared folder. So if I happen to have a shared folder, I mean, I could also share this to people or to groups or to teams within Canva. Or if I have a shared folder on my Google Drive, or if I have a shared folder on my OneDrive, or if I have a shared folder in my Dropbox, it's not going to be, say, public until you choose to share that. Or obviously until you take this image and you upload it to Facebook or whatever. So just because you created it in Canva and downloaded it, it does not automatically make it public. Did I answer your question, Bonnie? Oh, good, 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 good. I'm glad. Okay, that's what I wanted to share with y'all today. I hope y'all found it beneficial, and until I see y'all next time, have a good rest of your day, friends. All right.